And when you carry that state of completeness like a talisman against your heart, the universe recognizes it and it starts throwing stuff at you to get your attention. When I was still lost back in the world, chasing women, drinking alcohol, eating too much, I found that I always was chasing things that fundamentally didn't want me. Those things I was chasing after took many different forms over the years. Most frequently, it took the form of me chasing after women who really weren't at all interested in me per se, but were interested in what I could do for or what I could materially offer them. It's a succubus in maybe a more obvious form, my friend. To be completely transparent and also take some responsibility on my part, the blunt truth is that I was also at fault because the only reason I was interested in these women was for sexual purposes, as a means to gratify myself and not really look at their personalities, the state of their souls. I saw a really interesting picture the other day about if you could really see somebody's soul transparently in physical form, it would have a larger degree of, what would you say, impact on your decision to whether or not you bring somebody into your life, especially when you understand that sexual relationships, you are blending souls. Think about that. You're blending different souls together. And if you've been with, and by the way, this is man or a woman who's been with multiple partners, let's say plus 40, plus 50, plus 100 partners, you've blended your soul, you've blended your chemistry, your alchemy with a lot of people. And it has an effect on the soul, it has an effect on your psychology, it has an effect on all the aforementioned things plus more. Needless to say, this led me to a whole lot of frustration, drama, and seriously injured self-esteem. And one big perpetual mess. Finding and practicing sexual alchemy has done wonders for my self-esteem because it brought my attention to just how valuable and potent the masculine seed of procreation is. And as soon as I realized my inherent sexual value as a man and started respecting it, I gradually stopped participating in all forms of debauchery and started avoiding any sexually suggestive contact or conversations with women. I just kept a healthy distance and remained open to being a good supportive friend to the honorable sisters around me, which simplified my life a great deal. It's a very interesting paradigm shift, whereas before you were looking at women as a means to gratify yourselves sexually, to now you're actually looking at these women from a perspective of perhaps camaraderie as well, that you're both just souls inhabiting this human incarnation and you're trying to support each other to get where you fundamentally want to go. We're all just walking each other home. That's what Ram Dass used to say. We're all just walking hand in hand each other home to God, to unification, to yoga. It is like as time passed on my SR journey, I just got to a state of what I would call total innate doneness. I like to call this quiet confidence in regards to the need to chase after or fornicate with women. And it felt like being let out of a mental prison. For the first time in years, I could think very quickly on my feet, I could focus, I could read for hours on end, perhaps. I put that in there myself. I was a man again, I was loved, and I still love myself. This newfound cleanliness and purity of mind and body thanks to SR has basically flipped the script in my life. Before SR, I used to be this creepy guy who stood uncomfortably close to women or tried to accidentally brush against their bodies whenever the opportunity presented itself in a tight supermarket aisle. Now I find that it is random women that stand too close to me in public places, follow me about creepily in the grocery store for whatever reason, seem to want to touch me unnecessarily and make up pretty weird reasons to start a conversation when I'm just standing around minding my business. It seems like the practice of SR and sexual alchemy and masculine purity has transformed me from being the chaser to the chased. It's a very interesting way to phrase it and why I use this phrase in the title of the video. You go from the observer to the observed. You go from the chaser to the chased. There is a difference between the individuals that get everything they want in life and a quiet detachment from that outcome as opposed to the individuals that are craving and desiring it. I've made this point many, many times, but I'm going to continue making it for you individuals. The individuals that get what they want have a quiet contentment that it is already done. That the thing that you wish to bring into your life, it is already a part of your paradigm. It's already a part of your lifestyle. And you should not spend time dwelling in a emotion of lack because the man you want to be doesn't identify with a sense of lack. The universe doesn't conform to your reality if you're in a state of lack, of not having. It only conforms to the reality that you have inside you if you come from that place of quiet contentment, this quiet confidence that you know it is going to happen, that you know you feel full, that you know you feel abundant, that you know there's nothing that you really need fundamentally. It's only a matter of time before these things come into fruition in your life. It's that quiet confidence. That's a phrase I've said multiple times now, but that is the phrase that you need to lean on. That's the phrase you need to marry. A quiet confidence, a quiet knowing, not an intellectualizing, not a rationalizing or a reasoning, a knowing. And that comes from the heart. The heart knows. The heart knows when these things are done in and of themselves. It's a connection with the creativity of your mind, of your imagination, of your belief systems as well, in which you live your life, and a quiet knowing that in the eyes of the divine, in the Lord, and you being congruent with the innate powers in your body, your creative energy, your Shakti energy, your sexual energy, whatever synonym you want to use, that the universe is responding to your self-government, because the act in and of itself, as the aforementioned points have been, is a chaser effect. It's chasing, oh, I need to feel good now, I need to feel pleasure, and I need somebody else to give me that pleasure. But now the script has flipped. No, I already have that pleasure. I'm already content with my life, and no addition to it is going to make it any better, because I already feel whole. I'm already from a state of completeness. And when you carry that state of completeness like a talisman against your heart, the universe recognizes it, and it starts throwing stuff at you to get your attention, right? Chase me, chase me, chase me. I want to be chased. No. I'm the chased now. I'm not chasing. I'm the observed. I'm not the observer. I would remiss if I didn't close this out by imploring the brotherhood to remain humble throughout this journey, and please respect and show love to the honorable sisters around you. Remember the power that was given to us on high. There are some serious consequences for abusing it, yes. Let's all strive to be firm and uncompromising while showing humility and kindness always in our aspirations. Till next time, brothers, Godspeed, and remain blessed. Yeah, brotherhood, camaraderie, a circle, a community of individuals that fundamentally understand this. I believe this is the way forward. I believe, I talk to all of you from the perspective that, it's not just about me, it's about you as well. It's about you sharing some of the knowledge perhaps that you have gleaned in this video, if there's been any, and sharing it with people in your social circle and encouraging them to act on the same level of love and honor with people in their lives, especially the women in your lives, and no longer moving and indulging this paradigm of treating them as objects purely for gratification purposes. It's about looking deeper into the states of unification, the perfect matrimony, not just of bodies, but of minds, of souls, of spirits. If you're going to blend with somebody's alchemy, with somebody's soul, you want to make sure that those souls are, certainly congruent in some morals and values and virtues that you both align on. I would hope so, because anybody whose soul is perhaps in a lower vibrational state to that particular incarnation, it's not going to be good for you and your progress moving forward to unification with God, unification with divine. Again, whatever words bring you the most joy and truth to your heart. Speaking of community, it's really nice to see nearly over 40 people in my Patreon now. We're having really good chats in our community, talking about really stimulating things in terms of, what goes beyond SR, what does it mean to actually bring some of the values and virtues that are consistent with this practice into our lives and other people's lives, and being, a pinnacle pivoting point for our communities as well, because, we are an extension of our community and the people around us. So it'd be really lovely to have more of you join in on the conversation. Link as always below. Free books, long form videos. My library is going to be up there now. So I'm collecting all the books I've ever read, not just books, but Kindle audiobooks, also ebooks, papers, and everything that has brought me value in my life and brought me to a point where I am, I would say fairly more knowledgeable than I was 5 or 6 years ago. ready for your consumption, all reference points ready for your consumption. So it'd be good to have you in there and also participate in the dialogue. But as always, these aren't theories, these are facts, gentlemen. Speak very soon. Take care.